I'm pretty new at this whole creating thing and really just learning how to tell a story and tell it in the good way, the proper way, the kind of way that makes people engaged and makes people really, really zone in onto what you're doing. And it's a lot harder than I thought. I thought it was gonna be pretty simple, just showcase your life, showcase who you are. But it's a lot different than that. When you start looking from the outside, it's really easy to see that the things you find interesting really aren't that interesting to other people. And the things that you might even treasure the most, people just don't care about. So finding that balance of being who you truly are and also creating things that people want to enjoy with you, it's not easy, but man, these boys on YouTube, they make it look like it is cake. I mean, they make it look like it's the easiest thing in the world, but I think that's part of the growth. I think that's part of figuring out, how to do what you want to do. And we just started, so hopefully we'll be all right. But I think the dream is to be good and to be great, to be able to create on every single level at any given situation. Not just video, not just audio, not just emotions, but genuinely to be able to express who I am in all the work that I do, and to be able to tell stories at every single level, across every age, across every nationality, just to be able to spread that level of, I don't know, I guess emotion that flows with telling a story. I really respect people who produce. I really respect people who make music, but I really respect people who just live their everyday life and can make people happy. And I think being able to do that in every aspect is just a gift, honestly. I'm not there yet, I'm working towards refining that gift, but I think that's the plan. I think that's when I'll feel like I'm a professional. That's when I'll feel like I'm ready to take the next steps. My name is Harry Kenya. I live in Spartanburg, South Carolina. I am Nyarinax, and this is the journey. This is the beginning, like knowing nothing and being able to see the future. I have it in my mind. I can see like what I want and what I want to be able to do, but it's so far away. Like I know nothing. Whoever said the more you know, the less you know, knew exactly what they were talking about, because it's so true. It's like the more I understand one concept, the more I realize that's just a puddle in this ocean of what understanding how to be good at whatever that is actually is. And with videography it's so much more. I always just thought it was pushing a button, but it's so much more. It's sound design, it's knowing all the right settings at all the right time, framing, it's understanding composition, it's ND filters and mics and tripods and and auto white balance. It's so much more than I ever thought, but not overwhelming enough not to pursue. And this is a side thing. I have no idea like what it can turn into, but it's cool to be like where I am right now, because I think I see what it can be, and I'm ready to work towards that. I'm ready to figure out how to get there as creatively as possible. I think the things that are worth having are tough. I think they're hard to do, and I think it takes a lot of time, but also commitment, and most importantly, consistency. And I think that's something that's really hard to do when you're doing something for fun, for pleasure on the side, just to be so consistent to where the tides can start to shift a little bit into actually being something that you can pursue. So, I've seen a lot of people pick up a camera and start an Instagram page or whatever, and then a couple months later, a couple years later, some even a couple weeks later, they let it go. And I think that's something that's very real and something that's you know, you have to think through. Like, you don't want to just sit here and waste your time. You don't want to sit here and not see the fruit of all of your labor. But, you know, but either way, I'm excited. I think this is going to be something so dope, so cool. And one of these days, I'm gonna look back at some of the stuff that I'm gonna be making. I'm just gonna be like, yo, Kenya, you were trash. You know, like, there's no way you put this online for people to see. But I think that's gonna be part of the cool, you know, the cool aspects of it. When we're at where we either saw it before or didn't think we'd ever be, and to be able to look there so boldly and understand, like, yeah, like, the growth is real. I'm excited for that. So yeah, I don't know how long it's gonna take. I don't know how long it's gonna be, but let the journey begin.